Hi, I'm Daniel Rechnitzer and welcome to the Intuition Wisdom channel. Every day we're helping liberate people from the rat race, helping them to become self-mastered and to live their life purpose, to really make a difference to themselves and the planet. Now, if you're ready to change your life and step into your power and access that limitless intuition, then you've come to the right place. So today I want to share with you some golden highlights from my feature videos. And once you've checked this one out, remember to look at the description for more videos just like this one. All right, let's dive in.
So where were we? We're looking at the resistances. We're going to keep going with the resistances. But if I'm not a person, how do I function? How do I relate? How do I do all these things? Now, these are all the usual arguments, resistances, the mind, the ego throws up. So I want to avoid those. I want to just go straight to the heart of the matter because they're boring. They're really boring things. So let's just go right into the crux of it, at least as far as you'll let me. Let's have a look. Okay, this is going to call for some big stuff. Like we said, it's hard work trying to be a person the way the humanity sees that, right? We've experienced it, we've lived it. We don't really need to keep doing it, do we? It's done. So with that in mind comes a decision, a realization of what do I get to be next instead of trying to be a person. And this is where we get into the fun stuff. This is where we get into the juicy stuff. The answer is, and this answer will differ for different people, but for you, this is the message, is you get to be an idea. That is your new entity. I say new, it's as ancient goes, but as it's a new concept in this embodiment, and you get to be an idea. And for the rest of our call, now, we are going to explore what that means and how to let that in. So, the new Jennifer 2.0, and I'm seeing that really to the power of like 12, like Jennifer 2 billion and whatever, is an idea. That's all. And when I say that's all, it's like jokingly, it's like, an idea is no beginning, it has no end, it's not bound by any specific dimension, it exists across everything. An idea is just, it's expansive as the whole universe itself. That's what's so beautiful about it. It's got no parameters, it's got no boundaries, it's got no definitions. And that's the wonderful thing about ideas. They're how do I word this? Their full potentiality. An idea is its full potentiality. It's like a color. A color doesn't have an end. It goes into all different shades and all different, all these things. And that's what an idea is like. It is its full potentiality all the time. We're not always aware of, as human being people, we're not always aware of an idea's full potentiality. We see bits of it, don't we? We have an idea and it grows and evolves and changes. But an idea, once an idea is born, it is already its full potentiality because there's no time, which means it doesn't have to grow over time. It is already its full expression. Whether we as people let that in or not is a whole, it's not relevant. So that is you. You are an idea. Full expression of a glorious idea. Born of the universe. The most intelligent substance ever in existence. You were born from that. and therefore you are that. As an idea born from the most intelligent substance, the universe, you are the most intelligent substance, you are the universe. You carry the same. And this is what religions have been saying for years and years. We were made in the image of God. What that really means is you are born of pure divine intelligence, which means you have the same attributes, right? That's what you are. It's carried on. You have an idea, births an idea, and it's carried forward. I was just laughing because I remember in primary school hearing this God thing. It's like, oh, God looks like a human being. It's like, it's so funny now when you think about it, because it's like, well, what about a planet? What about a star? What about a galaxy? Isn't that everything as well? Like, no, he only looks like a human being, a male human being at that. That's the, what you're told and taught, and it's crazy shit. So you are this never-ending, undefined idea. That is you. That's the concept of you. What that means, well, no, we forgot to look at what idea. What idea? What idea is Jennifer 2.0 billion? The idea that you are is, oh, geez, okay. I am very blessed to be in this position to give these messages, let me tell you.
You are, that's why I keep coming back, Daniel.
And here I was thinking this is going to be hard work. That's why I had to skip over the hard work. That's why you saw me rubbing my hands like, yes, I was able to skip through the hard stuff and just bypass it. You are the idea that a human being is an idea. You are the idea that person doesn't exist in truth, that you or anyone as a previously known human being can be their idea. It's like a doorway. You are a doorway. And on one side is the very classical human being, striving, trying, needing, worrying, blah, blah, blah. And your energy, your idea, is this transitional, it's like being teleported. They go through your energy, or mesh with your energy, and get thrown down the stairs. No, I'm kidding. I couldn't help myself from our previous. Oh, I couldn't help it.
Never had a session like this part. Oh my gosh.
They meet with your energy, and they become aware of choice. I have been resisting a larger self, settling for a mediocre attempt at life. I have been trying to be a good person when all along I never realized there was an alternate option. There was another path. That's what you are. That is, your idea is, I just see it's like a fork in the road. You represent, do you want to stay stagnating, or do you want to be the idea that you came here to be, that you are?
Makes total sense. Total sense. I've heard that in various different places and by various different people.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Now, why would you resist that, Jennifer? Why would you resist that? Let's look at that, okay?
Okay.
But I want to be a person. I want to be a mom, a wife, a mentor. I want to have the experiences that people have, you say to me. You present to that?
I hear you.
I really want to be a good mum. I want to get to the point where I feel I've been successful. I want to know I've been a loyal wife. I want to tick that box. I want to know that I've done something for society. So there's all these Pardon?
That's all wearing me out.
Ah, yeah, it wears all of us out. You decided you wanted these experiences as if there was something good at the end of them, without realizing that if there's nothing good at the beginning of them, there's going to be nothing good at the end of them. I want to be a good mother. Let's look at that one for a second. When we say that kind of thing to ourselves, what we're really saying is, I'm not a good mother now. Aren't we? And not only that, we're saying, I'm going to go into the situation as not a good mother, and maybe someday I will get some accolade that I made it to being a good mother. We've already envisaged a shit journey ahead. Because we're coming at it from failure. We're coming at it, we're not enough, we're not there yet, and I'm going to have to work at this. And that is how we live our life. I'm not a success, I'm not a good mother, I'm not a good husband, I'm not a good wife. One day at the end of my life, I will pat myself on the back and say, you made it. That's what we're striving towards, making it. But the sad truth, and this is powerful stuff, is you will not get there. You cannot go into a situation believing you are not something, hoping you will come out of there, magically believing you are already that something now. Because you've gone into the situation determined to believe you are already not that thing that you're hoping to get to.
You said something in another truth course. You said the state of your beingness, and that is the outcome you receive.
What beingness you go in with is the beingness you are going to come out with.
For sure. Totally see that.
And how many parents, you look at our parents, the older generations, they're 60 and 70. Ask them, do you think you're a good parent yet?
Oh, wow.
I've spoken to plenty of them. They're still, still didn't do a good, they're not. They do not see that they ever got there. And they've come resigned to, that's just life. You're never going to see yourself as a good parent. Aren't they? I mean, have you actually had those conversations? They're still not there.
Definitely.
The kids are 45 and have children of their own, but they're still not a good parent. And it's because they never got to see the truth right from the beginning. They went into that situation, were in it all the way through, and never looked at the truth. They were hoping that situation would change their belief system. They never looked at the truth. Truth changes the belief system. So you are coming at all these experiences in life with, I want to have them because I'm going to get to feel good about myself at the end. If you don't feel good about yourself at the beginning and at the middle, you're not going to feel good about yourself at the end. It reminds me of Sonia. When I was talking about it this morning, that she has this inability to turn off bad movies. She has this belief that, it's so funny, you should be watching it at the beginning of shit, and I'm going, this is crap, let's turn it off. It gets to the middle, and it's still crap, and I'm going, let's turn this off. And she's there going, in her head, she's going, it might get better. Like, if it started off shit, and it's still shit, right at this point, it's not getting better, right? Yes, some things can turn around from the beginning, but if it's still crap, halfway through it, it's not getting better. And that's what's happening here in your life, in all our lives. We're still going, yeah, one day I'll get to feel like a good parent, one day I'll get to feel like a loyal wife, one day I'll get to feel successful. But you won't. Not this way, not this way. So the resistance, that is the resistance. I'm trying to have these experiences to feel good about myself. The alternate is to realize I could just feel good now.
Yes.
I could just get to the truth and go, I'm already good at those things. I'm already good at all those things. I could have that success, and you're going to see this in the truth course. I can have that success now. Why would I wait another 30, 40 years to not get there? And that's what needs to hit you right now. That's the integration point of, God, am I going to keep doing this? Am I going to keep trying these experiences for this so-called upside that's actually never going to come? The mind won't let that outcome happen. And the reason it cannot happen is because you're in the mind trying, from the mind space, trying to create success. It doesn't make sense. The mind is already in failure, and you're trying to get to success by listening to what the mind says. Doesn't work. That's why you'll never get out of that. The only way you can break that and get to feel successful is to get out of the mind, get out of that belief of failure. So, the truth to this resistance that you're experiencing is those experiences aren't worthwhile. We're conditioned to believe, oh, that's what I want to aspire towards. That's an accolade. It's like giving an award at the end of your life. They're not worth having. It's like recently I went on a cruise. I always thought going on a cruise might be worth experiencing. I got to the end of the cruise, that wasn't worth having. That experience wasn't worth having. And just wasn't worth it. And that's what we do, and I've been notorious. Like, I've taken my kids to all these experiences, to Disneyland, to all these big parks, and I get to the end of it going, God, that wasn't the experience that I had promised myself it would be. Do you know what I mean?
I hear you.
You get to them like, oh my God, I'm so exhausted. And it reminds me, to tell you a very quick story. We were in San Diego, one of our trips over there in the US. We were doing a book tour for the All Knowing Diary, and we had time off, and I thought I'll take my son to SeaWorld San Diego, right? I mean, what's better? We don't have that in Australia with the whale, the orcas, and it's going to be amazing. The whole time, oh my God, this is just so ridiculous. I learned such a valuable lesson, but I didn't listen to it, but I learned it. And we get there, I don't know how many hundreds of dollars later, but that's just by the by. And he's just whinging and nagging. There's so much walking. We're looking at the orcas. He's like throwing tantrums. He's angry. He's annoyed. He's hot. He's bored. I'm like, it's an orca, dude. Like, come on. This is amazing. And he couldn't care less, right? I'm like, oh. And then we walk a little bit past the orcas, and then there's this little playground with some swings and some rope to climb. And he hurries over there. He's happier than a pig in mud. I'm looking at this tiny little playground going, oh my God, if you don't learn this lesson one day, you've just spent hundreds of dollars trying to show this kid whales that are in a swimming pool, for God's sake. And all he wants was a little playground, which you could have gone up the street for free.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And that is what you're doing. You're trying to show yourself orcas at SeaWorld, and all you want is a playground. Your needs are much more simple than that.
Yep.
So this embodiment of transitioning, the choice of I can pursue the sea worlds of the world, these experiences, or I can be content, feel accomplished and loved here and now.
I like that. Oh, that's good.
And I don't need to strive for anything else. I don't need to keep searching. I don't need to keep running. Because as an idea, I'm already everything I need to be.
That feels good. It's in my chest. That feels really good.
Thank you for watching, and make sure you give us the thumbs up if you loved it. Now, also remember to subscribe so we feel supported and we feel encouraged to keep making more videos like this. Now, my best recommendation is for you to check out the links below to find the perfect video for you. Choose whatever resonates. I'm sure you'll love it.